Hey guys, it's Schwell here, doing a quick video. I just wanted to explain these types of chargers to some guys. I hope you can make out the screen. I'm doing my best to try and get a good view of what's on there. But right now it says LIPO, Program Select LIPO. In this screen, which I call the main screen, you can cycle through the different types of settings. You can go to Program, Load Data, which is basically load the stuff that you've already saved. Save some data. PB battery, I'm not really sure what that is. Never needed it, haven't used it. You can select the NiCD, NiMH, and LIPO. We're going to do a LIPO on this one. As you can see, I was cycling using the status buttons. Once you have it selected, press the Start Enter button. And then in this screen, you press the Start Enter button again. And you notice that 1.5A is flashing. That's the amps that you want to charge at. I usually base that number or what I select on how many milliamp hours the battery is set to. So and also you see here it also says 7.4 volt 2S. That stands for 2 cells. You press the start button again and that's highlighting, and you can cycle through the different LiPo batteries. Now the first setting is 3.7, which is a 1 cell. I don't think anybody's using those. 2 cell 7.4 volt, 3 cell is 11.1 volts. Then you got the 4 cells, which is 14.8 volts. I don't know how many of you guys out there are using those, but this is where this charger. Then you got 5 cell, which is 18.5 volts. This charger has quite a bit. You can go to 6 cell, 22.2. I mean, that's it. Six cells is the max for this particular unit. Now this unit is very similar to the B6. Internally, it's about exactly the same. Functionality, exactly the same. It's just that, you know, different websites, retailers will carry a different version of pretty much the same thing. Like there's the B6 ones that are like a blue-ish tint, the same color as this screen. You got these black ones, you got red ones. They're all pretty much B6 units. All right, now let me go back down to 7.4 volt because I am going to be charging this 7.4 volt battery here. Now if you notice, the balance plug is actually plugged into the side of the unit. On this side of the unit, there is the different balance ports, and based on how many cells your batteries have, will determine the size of your balance plug. And then on the red, the positive and negative lead, I have a Dean's plug. Now, my unit came with a bunch of different plugs that you plug into this side here. I had a Tamiya, Dean's. I had quite a few different options. Depending on what type of battery setup you use or what you're charging will determine what type of plug. I use Dean's plugs on most of my batteries, so that's what we have here. Alright, so we're going to select LiPo battery, press start. Then in this screen, you press start again. The 1.5 is highlighted. You change it to what you want it to be, and then again, you press the start button, and then you can change the amount of cells that you're going to be charging. Once you're done with that, everything is selected. You press and hold the start button. Battery check, please wait. Now that battery check, please wait screen is the charger itself making sure that you're plugged in correctly, that everything is plugged in the way it needs to be plugged in. There's no way to charge a battery with the plugs plugged in wrong. It will not let you. Now this next screen is you confirming it's a 2 cell battery. Everything is plugged in where it needs to be. But it does not stay on that screen for very long. So you need to select it. You need to confirm. Yes, everything is plugged in right. I want to do it again. Press the start button again. Now on this screen, in the top left hand corner of the screen, you will see where it says Li2S. That is to signify that you're charging a LiPo battery with 2 cells. At the under that it says CHG, which is charging, because you can also discharge with this unit. It's telling you that it's charging. In the middle up top, it's telling you what it is currently charging at, what amperage it is currently charging at. And it changes quite often, but it's doing what it needs to do to charge it. Now this is a smart charger as well, so it's not going to do anything to harm your battery. In the middle bottom, that is the amount of time it has been on the charger. Top right, that 8.40 volts. Some guys get these units and they think that these things are burning up their batteries or overcharging their batteries. They are not. This is a LiPo 2 cell. 7.4 volts is the maximum. This number that you're getting here, on some of these units, they were programmed incorrectly, so you're going to get a higher readout than what it's actually charging. But that number is also the max voltage. Basically, it's I would call it like a spiked voltage, but it's giving you a steady number. I've noticed that with every battery that I charge, that number is always 1 volt higher than the actual battery rating is. So I wouldn't put too much worry into it. This is my third V6 type charger, and all three of them have done the same thing. Now, at the bottom right hand side, that 0008 that you see here, that is the amount of milliamp hours that have been put into the battery during this charging cycle. This current battery is 1500 milliamp hours. This number should never exceed that amount. And with the LiPo, it's only going to put back in what you've used. So that one's 1500 milliamp hour. Let's say I put it in a game, a gun at a game, and only shot 500 shots. Now this is a hypothetical. Those 500 shots, let's say that those stand for 1 milliamp hour per shot. This charger should only put in right at or around that 500 milliamp hours back into the battery. It's not being discharged, so it's just charging what it needs from that point. This unit has a fan on it. Some of them have fans, some of them do not. And the fan for this unit only comes on when the battery is actually charging. Because sometimes these things do generate heat, and not only does it generate heat for the battery, it generates heat for the charger itself. On the left hand side of the unit, I can't tell if you guys can see it or not, but that says temp sensor. You can plug a temperature sensor in the side of a lot of the B6 models. My unit did come with that plug. I just don't use it because whenever I'm charging a battery, it is being charged right where I'm sitting. I never leave my batteries unattended with none of them, not even the NiCDs. If they're charging, I'm usually sitting at the computer desk and they're charging right there next to me. So if something does go wrong, I am there to immediately address it. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. It's Thanksgiving 2011. I hope you guys are out there having fun, being safe, and getting fat and juicy like I will be later today. Right on cue. It stopped at 13 milliamp hours. 13, just 13, because this battery was pretty much already charged. So it only put in what it needed to put in, and now it is done. If you think that your charger is ruining your batteries, chances are the battery is just bad and the charger didn't do it, or you did something wrong and you ruined the battery. These chargers, like I said, I've been through 3 of them. The other ones didn't break. I either gave them away or they walked away at a game or something. So with that said, again, I hope you guys are out there having fun, being safe, being responsible, and also having a great time with friends and family this Thanksgiving holiday. And I'll hit you with the 2 fingers. Later.